Yo, what is up everybody? This is Deadman 101 back with a new reaction video for you guys today. Today, we're here with another story time reaction from my old friend Camel Kid 556. Today, he tells the story of the time his friend lost $1,000 buying a scam car. Oh boy. And if you guys want to see the original video, the link's in the description down below. And also subscribe to Camel Kid 556. Help him out a little bit. And without further ado, we're going to get right into this video in 3, 2, 1. Boom.
Alright, what is up guys? Back with another video. This is another storytime video, obviously. And this storytime is about the time one of my friends went to this place in New Hampshire called Manchester to buy an obvious car scam. Now, if you're thinking, what do you mean by car scam? I will tell you. I'm not going to use any names because I don't want the person to come after me for telling this story, because it lost them about 12. It was either $1,000 or like $1,200, and they probably don't want a bunch of people to hear that they lost $1,200 to an obvious scam. So basically, was living in New Hampshire.
And that's the one thing you guys need to watch out for. Anybody out there that's looking for a vehicle, make sure you do some digging and research on the place that you're getting the car from. Talk to people that might know about that. Ask them. Check out on the internet. Look up reviews and stuff, because you never know who's out there trying to scam you. You can go to somebody from Facebook Markets, Craigslist, and all that. You can buy cars from these people, and you don't know anything about it, and you're setting yourself up for a potential scam, or at least basically about that. But that's one thing you guys need to do when you guys get a car or looking for a car. Make sure you do your research. Look up the place. Talk to people that might know about them and ask them about their opinions. Look up reviews on the place or reviews on the car or whatever you need. Just look for any information before you actually buy, because usually with these types of buys, if you're buying them from like Facebook Market or any other place, you basically, once the car is sold into your name, it's yours. There's literally, sometimes you cannot get a refund. I don't know how that stuff works. I think you potentially could get a refund, but it'd be a long process and it'd be hard to do. So always check your resources, ask people, and check out everything on the internet before you go and buy a car, because you don't know who's out there trying to scam you and trying to just take your money and not give a rat butt.
One of my friends, I will say it was a she found this car online. It was a 2015 or 2016 Honda Civic with, I think it said like 45,000 miles on it, and they wanted $1,200 for it. Now, if you know anything, a 2015, 2016 car in like 2020, 2021 was like not unheard of, but for that much money, it's clearly a scam. You are not paying under 10, 20,000 for a car like that at that time. And this was at the time.
No, you're not. Honestly, he is truth. Because if you got like a 2015 car that's like in immaculate condition, and then they're saying it's in great condition, and then somebody's trying to sell, it's like, if the car's like originally it cost about $20,000 or $30,000, and someone's trying to sell it for at least around $1,000, you know something fishy about that, because there's no way it's that, because it's like that old saying, it can't be that good of a deal or whatever. I forgot how people would say it, but it's like, You can't believe that because it's too good to be true. That's the old saying. It's too good to be true. because people I have seen and heard of people getting screwed by these people. It's like you can't just get $1,000 car that would originally cost can cost over $20,000 just to actually resell it. So you can obviously tell that's a joke. Except the car's in immaculate condition on the internet, and then you go to pick it up, something could actually be wrong, and then there you go.
And when the car market, like the bubble, was just about to pop, so it wasn't like super, super expensive to buy one of these cars, but it was at the point where, like, now you can find the same car for, like, maybe anywhere from, like, 10 grand to the low end of, like, 7 or 8. So it wasn't like, you still have to pay a little bit of money to get these cars now. Not to the point of where she was buying it for $1,000. It was not that cheap back then. Maybe in like 5 or 6 more years, maybe they'll be like $2,000. But usually like Hondas, Toyotas, Subarus, those and Nissans, those ones hold their value pretty well, but they're not like I think Toyota and Lexus, which I have a Lexus, they hold their value pretty well. Honda also holds its value pretty well. Nissan and Subaru, they're wonky, but they're still good, cheap cars. But anyways, she asked me, hey, can you drive me to Manchester so I can look at this car and pick it up? And obviously, I said, no, that's a scam. You look at the ad and you know it's a scam, because there's no way anybody is selling a car for that much, right? And I don't know why she thought this, like, she thought, oh, I can prove him wrong. I can get this 2015, 2016 Civic for $1,000. So she gets one of her other friends to drive her from, I believe it was around Keene. I think she was living in Winchester at the time. She got her friend to drive her from Winchester all the way to Manchester, which is about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic and stuff. But basically, her friend drives her from Winchester to Manchester. She meets up with the person, and the person, she told me this after, and this is what I heard from all the people who were getting at me for not going and picking her up after her stupid decision, because she didn't tell you the whole story. Alright, so she meets up with this guy. The guy goes, can I see the money first, and then I'll go get the car out of the parking garage, because they were standing in front of a parking garage.
And that's like red flag number 1. That's a true red flag right there. If the guy asks you to see the money first before getting the car, do not give it to him. Tell him, no, I want to see the car first. I want to see the car and I want to look at it before I even give you the money. And if you cannot do that, I will walk off this property and not come back. That's all you have to say. Because if the person, he or she, is asking you for the money first, do not give it to them. Because they're probably going to either just take the money and tell you to get off their property, or they're going to call the cops. Even though you basically would have the information and you have proof that they scammed you. It depends on how it goes. But anyways, what I'm saying is, don't just give them the money. Make sure you tell them, well, I'd like to see the vehicle first so I can take a look at it and see if it's actually worth paying for. And if they tell you no, they keep telling you no repeatedly, walk away. Don't even bother giving them any more of your time, because they're obviously trying to just take your money. They don't care about you. They don't care about nobody but themselves and what they want for money in their pockets. So don't give them the money. Ask them to see the car first, and if they, or anything, actually, you can get scammed on anything on the Facebook market. If you're buying anything, or even Facebook market, anywhere, I don't care. But do not let them see the money first. Let them show you the product first. And if they can refuse to do it, walk away. That's all you gotta do is walk away.
So the guy takes the money from her, counts it all out, and then disappears into the parking garage. She waits there for, I believe it was like 10 or 15 minutes, being like, okay, the guy still hasn't shown up yet. And then at like maybe the 20-minute mark, she was like, this guy's not coming back. She starts looking around for the guy, and she's like, oh my God, I got scammed. But because she didn't want to admit that I was right, she didn't tell anybody. Like, she called me and she was like, hey, the guy took my money. Can you come get me from Manchester? And I was like, no, I'm at work. I can't come get you from Manchester. This is like, I cannot do that for you. And then she called a bunch of her other friends, but she didn't tell them the part where I was like, I'm not driving you to Manchester because this is a scam. She only told them I was dropped off. I called Noah and he wouldn't come pick me up. But she left out the part that I told her not to go in the first place. So, because I was like the reliable friend, everybody blamed me for not going and picking her up, even though I told her not to go in the first place. So,
that's ridiculous. Everybody turns on him because he was right? Ay, caramba. That's ridiculous. Everybody turns on him because he was right. And she didn't want to admit that she was wrong and that he was right. I hate when people do that. They don't want to admit they're wrong. I don't like admitting that I'm wrong on a lot of things. I always want to try and be the one that's always right. But there are some days you have to admit that you're wrong. You have to admit that. And this person obviously, her friend obviously did not want to admit that. She's having one of those days where she doesn't want to admit that she's wrong and that he was right. And she comes up with a lot of excuses. That's ridiculous.
She calls all their friends. She tells them the situation. I think she was picked up by one of her friends from either Massachusetts and or from Keene. And they drove her back to Winchester. And I got, like, I don't know, 20, maybe 15, 20 messages that day saying, oh, you're a piece of shit. Oh, you should have done this. You're the reliable person. You should have dropped what you did at work and went and picked her up. And then I had to come out and tell I would get this message and then I would be like, did she tell you that I told her not to go? She asked me to bring her there. I told her it was a scam, and she went anyways. And they were like, oh, she didn't tell us that. And I was like, why would she? She wants to blame something on me, even though I was the one trying to protect her from this shit happening. So, yeah, it was a shit show all around, and I don't know, she never got her money back. I think she had to work at her job. I think she was working at, like, Target or something for, like, another month to get enough money to put a down payment on a car because, you know, leasing and or financing a car is a little bit better because you know that, like, the car's not a stolen car or a scam car like this was, because it's at a dealership. You walk in there, you're like, hey, can I afford this car? They tell you yes or no. Then you give them the money, and they give you the keys and a temp tag. Unlike what happened to her, which was she handed over the money and the guy disappeared. So, yeah, that's basically it for today's story time. If you guys would like to hear more stuff like this, please let me know by leaving a comment.
Alright, you guys, I'm gonna end the video here, you guys, so if you want to... Sorry about that, hang on. So, I'm gonna pause the video here and end it right there, because if you guys want to see the rest of the video, the last few seconds, the link's in the description down below for the entire video, so you guys don't have... You can click that and don't have to listen to me rambling, do half the video. But yeah. So, yeah, basically, guys, you just be careful with who you're talking to on the internet, to buying certain things from, like, cars, electronics, and just other miscellaneous stuff. Try and be more cautious about that, people, because you don't know who's actually scamming you, or even worse things can even happen, which we're not going to discuss, but sorry about that. But, yeah, just be careful out there, you guys. If you're going to buy something off the internet, do it, but do it with caution. Do research on the person. Do not immediately jump into conclusions on something. Just be careful and do your research first. Ask questions so you don't get scammed like his friend did. And all of that. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to end the video here, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, if you want to see the original video without my commentating and you don't want to hear me rambling and talking, the link's in the description down below, so go check out the link. And also, while you're down there, also follow me on Instagram, Twitter /X. I know I just said that wrong. /X. Ugh, can't talk today. And also subscribe to the gaming channel, Deadman Gaming. Hopefully I have some new gaming videos coming soon. Hopefully. And also, while you click the link for his video, also subscribe to his channel if you have not done so already. Check out all of his other videos from the past. They're all really good. A lot of them are funny. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day, everybody, and peace out.